The M109 field battery it's an interesting one because it's got quite a lot of options on the sprue, and obviously it's a really awesome piece of kit. So
so let's have a look at the sprue. Is probably the best bit. So as you can see, because this is now in plastic, it's replacing the resin and metal versions. It means we can fit a few extra bits onto the dedicated sprue,
which is good news for the Western Germans.
It certainly is. So the Western Germans have the short barrel here, which is the M109G. You've also got the M109 long barrel, which everybody else used. So the British, the Americans, the NATO forces. I think even the Iranians had a M109 option as well. And that's all included on that sprue. We've also got some jerry cans in there. And as you can see, like most of our plastics, it's a very few pieces. So you've got the main body of the kit, the top, the sides, and obviously the turret, the base, and the top. And that's basically all you need. So, to put the kit together.
Here's a question I had earlier as well. So the difference between the British and the German build, it's obviously a longer barrel versus short. What impact does that have on the actual unit itself?
So the only difference between the American and the British is how many you can take on the formation card.
Is it just aesthetics?
Essentially. So the British and the Americans actually both use these long barrels. But the difference is the British can take more in their support, so they can take 2, 3, 4, or 8. I believe the Americans can only take 2, 3, or 4, and that's just because the British have always had a doctrine of artillery support. So in terms of their support, into the M109, the Abbott, the MLRS, they can actually take slightly more than their American brothers in arms, should we say? Because they've always had that doctrine, especially through the Second World War. The British love their artillery support, whether it's machine guns firing up as artillery, over and down over hills and things, or even actual dedicated artillery.
Keeps your lads out of the front for as long as possible.
It does indeed, and it's a nice kit, this one. So once again, I think you get 4 of these in the box. You've got all them different options on there. If I just show to the close cam this one here as well. In the office, we actually put this cupola on here, and this is not a standard British cupola. This is, I think, one of the American systems that's got the infrared built into it as well. But that just shows that one there doesn't have to be on all the kits, and you've actually got the option on the close sprue, just here, of having a slightly different cupola to make it truly unique. So it's just different systems that the British and the Americans actually had. And like I showed in the other video, this is very easy just to take on and off, so you can have the long version. You could then put the short version in if you wanted to. And the detail on these is fantastic. They're plastic. You've got the obviously the road rail carriage that if you were to put that down in real life, you'd have that come up and it would hold it in place on road rail or air.
There's a lot of extra components on this sprue.
It is. It's amazing sprue, and it just shows what Tim Adcock, Wayne, and all the guys in New Zealand, Evan and Will, can actually put onto the sprues now, and it's all CAD designed. And I've seen Tim Adcock's desk back in Nottingham. He's got so many books on the subject. Honestly, we need to get him in one time to do a tank talk with you, because he knows a lot more than I ever could tell you. But it's brilliant what they can fit onto these sprues, and it's the fact that it's an all plastic kit as well makes it super easy to put together.
Really light.
Super light, and you get more bang for your buck as well, because so it'll be cheaper box than the old ones.
Previously, the turret was the metal part, I'm guessing.
So previously it was actually the tracks were metal on the side. So these were metal here, and the main gun was metal, which meant the main gun, because of the length, was actually used to bend quite easily. And then the resin parts was the turret and the main body. Very hard to put together, not going to lie, unless you're an experienced modeller. I'm not. So I tend to find that after a while my tracks start falling off.
I can imagine. Adhering resin to metal to plastic and crossing the materials can be a bit of a pain sometimes.
Absolutely.
Which you don't have to worry about anymore, because the M109 is now all plastic.
Absolutely.
And it looks great.
It is.
Like all the other ones that we've been looking at today, they look like they're really detailed, and they look like they take the paint really well.
They do, So these are just 2 base coloured. So we've done them black. Then we've also put just the camo on them in the green. Quick dry brush, and they were ready to bring here today. But if you wanted to put a bit more detail, you'd put your contrast washes on it, and obviously edge highlighting and things like that. So you can really go to town as a modeller on all of these kits, or you can have just battle ready like we've got them here ready to go.
It's easy enough.
Absolutely.